a live Huddy production. Keep up to date, huddysports.co.nz.
In the world of electrical and mechanical contracting, complexity is a given. Finding a partner who can handle it all, that's where it gets simple. At NME, we spent over 30 years mastering the art of integrated solutions, from high-end electrical and mechanical engineering to comprehensive HVAC and 24/7 maintenance. We don't just fill a gap, we power the whole project. With a team of over 150 experts across New Zealand, we bring the scale of a giant and the dedication of a local partner to every site. NME, Precision Engineering, proven reliability. Visit us at nme.co.nz. Here at Huddy Sports, we love a good game plan. And when it comes to travel, our go-to is Louise Reddy from New Zealand Travel Brokers. Whether it's a sports tour, a family break, or that bucket list trip, she'll get you there stress-free with all the best deals around. She's local, she's experienced, and she backs the game like we do, and she's a great supporter of Huddy Sports. Look up Louise Reddy at louisereddy.nztravelbrokers.co.nz or email louise@louise.reddy@newzealandtravelbrokers.co.nz. Travel smart and travel like a pro. Looking for the perfect place to park up? Welcome to Joe's Garage Wellington. Local legend based on Tory Street, where the coffee is always hot, the beer is ice cold, and the food is built to fuel your soul. From a world-class breakfast to kickstart your morning to legendary burgers and late-night entertainment with family and friends, Joe's Garage has got your back. It's honest food, great tunes, and even better company. Joe's Garage Wellington. Swing by, grab a seat, and make yourself at home, because everyone's welcome at Joe's. Joe's Garage Wellington, 56 Tory Street, Te Aro, Wellington. Blocked drains, leaky pipes, don't let plumbing problems sideline your day. Call the team, Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drain Laying Limited. Mike has been our sponsor since the very beginning. From quick fixes to full renovations, he's got the tools, the team, and the know-how to get the job done right. First time, every time. Local, reliable, and always on time. That's how Mike plays the game. Find Mike Pinfold at Pinfold Plumbing at extra.co.nz 027 430 4351. Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drain Laying Limited. Also Google Mike Pinfold Plumbing and let the pros handle the flow. The Huddy Hui. Huddy Sports captivating sports show. The Huddy Hui covers Wellington Club Rugby as well as other sporting topics of debate. Tune in on YouTube during the rugby playing months as host Brad Hudson interviews rugby players and other sporting personalities across the Wellington region and the rest of New Zealand. Catch the Huddy Hui streaming on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and wherever good yarns are heard. The Huddy Hui live on Huddy Sports.
Hi, Gavin Murphy here
And Cassie Murphy.
from G and Hickton Funeral Directors.
Don't leave it up to someone else to tell your story. Do it now when you can enjoy being part of the conversation.
With a prepaid funeral, you can have music, readings and venue all chosen by you.
For your free funeral planning pack with everything you need to get started, go to our website at gianhickton.co.nz/pre-planning.
In the world of electrical and mechanical contracting, complexity is a given. Finding a partner who can handle it all, that's where it gets simple. At NME, we spent over 30 years mastering the art of integrated solutions, from high-end electrical and mechanical engineering to comprehensive HVAC and 24/7 maintenance. We don't just fill a gap, we power the whole project. With a team of over 150 experts across New Zealand, we bring the scale of a giant and the dedication of a local partner to every site. NME, precision engineering, proven reliability. Visit us at nme.co.nz. Blocked drains, leaky pipes, don't let plumbing problems sideline your day. Call the team, Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drain Laying Limited. Mike has been our sponsor since the very beginning, from quick fixes to full renovations. He's got the tools, the team, and the know-how to get the job done right. First time, every time. Local, reliable, and always on time. That's how Mike plays the game. Find Mike Pinfold at Pinfold Plumbing at extra.co.nz 027 430 4351. Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drain Laying Limited. Also Google Mike Pinfold Plumbing and let the pros handle the flow. Looking for the perfect place to park up? Welcome to Joe's Garage Wellington. Local legend based on Tory Street, where the coffee is always hot, the beer is ice cold, and the food is built to fuel your soul. From a world-class breakfast to kickstart your morning to legendary burgers and late-night entertainment with family and friends, Joe's Garage has got your back. It's honest food, great tunes, and even better company. Joe's Garage Wellington. Swing by, grab a seat, and make yourself at home, because everyone's welcome at Joe's. Joe's Garage Wellington, 56 Tory Street, Te Aro, Wellington. The Huddy Hui. Huddy Sports captivating sports show. The Huddy Hui covers Wellington Club Rugby as well as other sporting topics of debate. Tune in on YouTube during the rugby playing months as host Brad Hudson interviews rugby players and other sporting personalities across the Wellington region and the rest of New Zealand. Catch the Huddy Hui streaming on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and wherever good yarns are heard. The Huddy Hui live on Huddy Sports.
Hi, Gavin Murphy here
And Cassie Murphy.
from G and Hickton Funeral Directors.
Don't leave it up to someone else to tell your story. Do it now when you can enjoy being part of the conversation.
With a prepaid funeral, you can have music, readings and venue all chosen by you.
For your free funeral planning pack with everything you need to get started, go to our website at gianhickton.co.nz/pre-planning.
Here at Huddy Sports, we love a good game plan. And when it comes to travel, Our go-to is Louise Reddy from New Zealand Travel Brokers. Whether it's a sports tour, a family break, or that bucket list trip, she'll get you there stress-free with all the best deals around. She's local, she's experienced, and she backs the game like we do, and she's a great supporter of Huddy Sports. Look up Louise Reddy at louisereddy.nztravelbrokers.co.nz or email louise@louise.reddy@newzealandtravelbrokers.co.nz. Travel smart and travel like a pro.
Huddy Sports presents a live
Tēnā koutou katoa no mai haere mai, and welcome to North Park for round 2 of the Swindale Shield for 2025. It is Petone up against the Upper Hutt Rams. Both teams winners last week. Petone beating Tawa 48-3, and Upper Hutt giving Panihi a bit of a toweling 66-32. Joining me in co-commentary today, he's back from his holiday, Murray Blandford.
Every day's a holiday, actually. No, I'm back. I'm pleased to be on North Park.
Of course, Petone today. No, haven't beaten Upper Hutt for 3 years. And those scores over the last 3 years have all been close encounters, mostly decided in about the last 5 or so minutes. Last year's game, it was Josh Love try to Upper Hutt that sealed the win for the Rams over Petone. And 2024, it was Todd Svensson try that won the game for Upper Hutt against Petone. And we can remember that game in 2023 at Maidstone Park, the crazy game, 40 points to 39. And there were 2 big number 8s going at each other that day. Peter Larkeye for Petone, who's now a Hurricane and an All Black, and Toby Crosby, who plays for the Penrith Panthers.
Yeah, I think there was a penalty in the last minute. Petone had the last 5 minutes. They could have closed the game out, but they chose not to and gave away a penalty, and that was the end of the match.
So here we are. The Villagers being led out by Connor Tuival, who was out injured last week with a shoulder niggle, but he's back today in the number 8 jersey and with his pink headgear. Let's look at the 2 teams for today. Petone, fullback is Jacob Waikari Jones. The wings are Jared Adams and William Davis. Midfield, Riley Higgins and Lossie Filippo. First 5 is Rory Willett. Halfback is Logan Henry. Captain number 8, Connor Tuival. 7 is Braith Ingram. Marcus Alexopoulos, and at 6, the locking pair of John O'Bailey and Archie Schrader. In the front row, Heath Tuival, Caleb Saxon, and Jordan Salui. For the Rams, fullback is Scott Fenson. Should say the wings are Josh Love and Todd Svensson. Kimura Kukukino and Yeti Tai Campbell in the midfield. Fly half is Dawson Smith. Dylan Sliders the halfback. Co-captain number 8, Murphy Taramai. For the Rams, back from his overseas. And the game is underway. Here we are. Matt Thomas is our referee. And closing out the forward pack, Penny To'o, Seal Fedo, Fletcher, Kerr. Playing Napton in the front row, Sino Sarnelli, Batu Tapu, and Jade Langy. And it's a penalty to the Rams early. Not getting out of the way that time. The Rams getting a penalty that favour there, Murray.
Yeah, no, they took it up from the kickoff. The kickoff probably went a bit inside field. It came off Rory's boot, and they got the advantage.
First 5, Dawson Smith. He debuted last week for the Rams. This is his second game. He comes from the Bay of Plenty. Scored 3 tries and 4 conversions last week against Pornicky in that 66-32 win up there at Maidstone Park. Conditions here today, absolutely stunning here at North Park. Was last week, but there was wind last week. No wind today. Although there's expected to be a lot of wind tomorrow, Murray. As the Upper Hutt Rams advance over halfway. Here's Dylan Slide. His younger brother Liam is in the reserves. Look for him to make some impact later in the game. Crashing forward. Good offload to Scott Svensson. Petone up to the task. Kick forward ahead, that time by Waikari Jones, but we'll come back for the scrum. And it's going to be a Petone scrum. And that was one of their big weapons last week, Murray, was their scrum. Eugene Smith's come on board, and club legend, known for his long service in the number 2 jersey. But the scrum last week went really well.
It was a real surprise because Tawa are normally one of the better scrums around as well. Forward packs full stop, but Petone really outplayed them the whole game, which was impressive, particularly when front row, the props were pretty young.
Particularly Heath Tuival, the younger brother of Connor, another product of St. Pat's Silverstream. He had a stellar debut. Got the better of the very experienced Tawa forwards last week in the front row. And as per usual, in a game of rugby, the first scrum is always reset.
There is a light southern Upper Hutt, but it's not.
Matt Thomas, the referee today, 55th Premier game. He refereed the Jubilee Cup final last year. During the week, he works in IT. He's enjoying a weekend free of the kids. They're up in Gisborne. Free kick. And Logan Henry gives it out to Riley Higgins. Big almighty pass over the top. And picked up here by William Davis. He kicks it through. Chasing after it. Oh, it's been locked on, has it? By Love. Petone have got it back through Braith Ingram, who was a machine last week. He was charging so fast up, his teammates couldn't catch up with him. Here's Tuival just outside the 22. Out to Salui. And Willett. Oh, that could be a deliberate knockdown. It is. And I don't think that will be sanctioned any further as it attacked quickly. This time by Jared Adams. Nearly isolated, but Petone get there in time. Here's Henry, who last week got the better of a big Tawa forward. He floored him on the turf with the little halfback. Here he is again. All out to Schrader. Into the 22 now. Tuival. Back out to Caleb Saxon. Now, they're only about 7 away now from the try line. Southern end of North Park. Taken forward here by John O'Bailey. The Rams been tested on defence earlier. Here's Tuival, supported by his brother, Connor. Ethan Connor teaming up. Oh, Schrader wasn't expecting that, but they've managed to head on to it. Trying to get over the top is Penny To'o. Dancing forward now, 5 away from the line. Henry pleading for a penalty. It's an awkward pass, and Upper Hutt have picked up that. Oh, and that's a penalty. And he could be in a bit of trouble here, Latu Tupu.
Yeah, that was silly. Number 2 just lifted the Petone player, turned him 360. Petone have taken a quick tap. Riley, it's interesting from the very start, the first time Petone got the ball, that they've been choosing to go wide. That long wide pass from Riley, and they've been on attack ever since. So I think they're just going to carry on from last week. I just think they'll find up Rams are not going to be perhaps as old and as unfit, perhaps potentially, as Tawa were.
Well, this penalty is directly in front of the posts, and Tony last week didn't take a shot at goal. They put down the scrum again. Of course, last week, a special occasion for Ryan Emery, 100 games, and right on half-time, he blew his calf. Talking to him before the game, he is out for potentially 6 to 8 weeks. He said it was like a lightning bolt, just hit him in the calf, Murray.
Yeah, I believe that happens when you get a bit over 30, is Ryan over 30, but fantastic from Anna's family to play 100 games.
Well, I know the feeling of a calf as well when that goes. Here we are, Logan Henry to feed the scrum. Solid platform for the Villagers. Here's Willett. Back out to Filippo. Wasn't held, he's got the try. And Lossie Filippo gets the first try of the match. As we have a look at the enemy replay. Murray, talk us through this one.
Well, just a simple back move, Rory, but the key thing was that Lossie took it just inside a little bit. He ran very, very straight. And he's got big thighs, he's hard to tackle.
Lossie Filippo adds another try to his list. That is try 74 in his club rugby career. Of course, last year was in the Moana Pacifica squad. He has the opportunity to play for Petone. He makes it count. Here's Willett. Strong season last year with the boot. Rory Willett really grew into the role of the first 5. And that time unsuccessful after just talking him up. So score remains 5-0.
I think his season also, at the end of the season, having a season with Horowhenua Kapiti helped his game immensely as well, and I think he's a lot more confident Premier player this year.
So 5-0. 7 minutes gone here at North Park. Another good crowd here again at North Park. It was due to the Petone wreck. More issues with that ground, drainage issues. Here's the restart. Underneath it is Schrader. Just been alerted to some jersey changes in the reserves for Petone Murray. So And just update your reserve sheet so we don't get the wrong players when they come in. We'll come back for the knock-on from the Rams, and we're Petone scrum. Just outside the 22, 20 in from touch on the western side of North Park. Beautiful conditions here today. Well, we've got a gaggle of photographers here, and we've also got a gaggle of referees as well. It's a bit concerning, Murray.
Pulled a whistle of referees.
Whistle referees. Solid scrum again. Here's Willett. Finds Filippo. And here's Riley Higgins. Release from Hurricanes duty for today. Is that another knockdown? No, play on is the call. As Yetitai Campbell has possession of the ball. And it's been lost again. Upper Hutt just not keeping possession of the ball when it counts. And it's been knocked on by Scott Svensson. So the errors early on hurting the Rams, Murray.
They certainly are. That was a fantastic opportunity for Petone. The pass, Riley decided to pass it inside, whereas maybe on the outside there was perhaps better opportunity.
So another scrum, this one. Pretty much smack bang half middle of the field on the 10-metre line. Logan Henry, 2 years playing for the Manawatu 2. One game for the Hurricanes, scored on debut as well against the Highlanders in 2023. Better now. That's better from the Rams. Scrum time. Petone push forward though, and they get the penalty advantage. And here's Higgins now. Back to Willett. Free-flowing rugby here at North Park. Here's Jared Rampage Adams. Crashes towards the 22. Now for Henry. And Higgins in the midfield. Back to his midfield partner in Filippo. They might have numbers here. Saxon out to William Davis. And Davis has scored in the corner for try number 2. Brilliant play there as we look at the enemy replay.
That was a stunning try. Petone certainly signalling their intentions from one side right to the other, and it was just slick passing by the backs out there with a little bit of help by the odd forward that got in the way.
So 10-0 the score, the conversion to come. Brilliant team try. Yeah, coming off a solid platform. So Petone on fire at the moment. That's why there's a fire truck here, I think, Murray.
It was also very good to see the Petone scrum that went back probably half a metre at the very beginning, but it came back and they actually earned that penalty, which they didn't need as it turned out.
So Willett, this one, about a metre outside the eastern touch line. 5 outside the 22. Eleven minutes gone. Definitely got the distance. That's a lot better by Willett. The conversion successful, and it is 12-0. Score here at North Park. During the game, we'll be giving you some score updates. Depends which site's working, Murray, isn't it? So plenty to ponder here for the Rams at the moment, early on. Trailing 12-0. The change of ball by Dawson Smith. Underneath it is Connor Tuival, supported by Ingram. And look for Henry to box kick this one. And that one will land. Oh, was that on the line? It was. Scott McLean. He might have no hair, but he's got the sight of a fully operative person.
Well, it was right in front of us and we could see that too.
Now, if Scott didn't get that one right, he'd be copying it from Murray at half-time.
I never criticise referees.
Well, that's been knocked on by the Rams at line-out time. And so they'll have a scrum on the 15-metre mark. directly in front of our commentary position. Of course, as we mentioned at the start of the broadcast, Petone haven't won this game since 2022. That day they won 36-15. It was the year they also made the Jubilee Cup final that year too. Narrowly losing to a North's team that had a few All Blacks playing that day.
They certainly did, and it's cost them ever since.
So the front rows come together. Solid again. Ball's out. Henry gets it in time. He's got Willett behind him. Brought down by Dylan Slight. Here's Ingram, who was possessed last week. He was on fire. There's another advantage out here. High tackle. Here he is again, Braith Ingram. The way he was playing last week, surely he'll be a Wellington Lion this year. Now we'll come back with a penalty. And Willett has the ball in hand. Not going to go for the shot at goal. There's good positive play here by Petone. So we get to see Caleb Saxon in the line-out throw here. He comes from the Waikato. A few years ago, he played for Hamilton Boys. Secured. Taken by Schrader. They put that ball down into quarantine. They've got to use it. They're still going. And it's a penalty. And that's the old-fashioned ruling there.
Yeah, truck and trailer, I'm guessing it was. Not that I'm an expert on forward play, but I think it was.
Yeah, so it's a foreign territory for Murray and his playing day.
Here we go, contest our line out, eh?
No, line out for Upper Hutt. Latu Tupou's the hooker for Upper Hutt, product of Wesley College. It's where old John Olomu went to school. He was part of the Upper Hutt Colts team. Won the final last year. Gone for the long throw, secured by Fido. Petone have got it back. It's another error by the Rams. You could probably count more than the thing.
They've made more than one hand, and that was a very, very low pass to Kemeta Tukakino, and he had trouble picking that up. It's another scrum midfield, which is a perfect attacking opportunity for the Petones.
So 15 minutes gone. Scrum 5 outside the 22 centre field. Tony playing at North Park, and it's got a feeling a bit like Kilburnie Park, doesn't it? The opposition have to go and get changed on the other side of the back out the wreck. I know Tawa weren't happy about that last week. Oh, another scrum. But they've been penalised this time, Petone. And they've taken it quickly, have Slight. But Mac Thomas is coming back. He said it wasn't on the mark, so. No, it looked like it might have been possibly not keeping straight on the push. So 12-0.
Pretty hard to keep straight when your opposition scrums are disintegrating, though.
Upper Hutt just slowing it down here. For this rip-roaring start by the Villagers. And the Rams managed to find touch. Will just be just out in 15 metres inside Petone territory. So here's Tupou. They go long again. Yeah, Saxon's got to be just knocked it on. Nearly got the hang of it. Loose ball again here by the Rams. They look to straighten up. Head inside, Petone territory now. Looking to build again. Petone slowing down the Rams' advancement. Oh, that looks like it's Heath Tuival that is down, holding his head and his ankle by the looks of it. So we'll keep an eye out for Heath. Hopefully nothing too serious. It's a penalty here for the Rams. And we're going to have time off here as Heath Tuival being attended to, and he does not look 100% as the medic comes on to attend to his concern.
Just before I go searching for some results, some Petone results say the women played Oriental Rongotai. They're the two top sides last year. The women came out on top 19-17. The Colts played the last year's champion Colts side, the Upper Hutt Rams, and beat them 40-17. And the Prem Reserves played a Upper Hutt Rams Prem Reserve side that started with 15 and ended up with about 13. And Petone Prem Reserves won 66-19.
So some big scores there. Some good victories for Petone. And Heath Tuival, he is being lifted up. So hopefully nothing too serious for the young man. But there is some experience coming on the bench. So
the reserve coming on is Kitiona Leitofutfia. He's was to be an 19, but he's an 18 today. Just around the grounds, we've got Jayville beating Norths 14-0. OBU beating Wainui 7-0. Huddle Boys Maris 14, Avalon 0. And Wellington are actually beating Poniki 7-5. And the final game is Auries are beating Maris and Pats 15-7.
Well, the X-Men might get a win over Poniki today, or the way that score's going. Also interesting that Paniki's Premier Reserves, Murray, defaulted today against Wellington. I think that's the first time I heard that. And the other score is Parramatta Pliverton ahead of Tawa, 12 points to 5, out there at Lyndhurst Park. Back underway here. It's a line-out opportunity now for Upper Hutt. Just outside the 22, northern end. Managing to hang on that one was Natman. It's come crashing down and slight. High pass out to Tukukino. And the Rams getting into the 22 now. Yet to be down here at all in this game. And they get their first points. Here's Taramai. And that's a penalty for the Rams. Not rolling away as the call. And we'll wait to see their decision. They're going to go kick to the line. Western side of North Park. Of course, last year's game, we've yet to see him get ball in hand, but Josh Love scored the winner last year up at Maidstone Park. And what was a seesawing game, of which the last 3 editions have been. And secured. The Rams put the drive on. And Petone trying to get through. Fortunately, the scaffold pole's in the way. And the Rams look to crash over. Have they got it over? Matt Thomas is reaching in like a forensic scientist. And he looks at McLean, and it's been ruled held up. And Matt Thomas blows the whistle for penalty from that line-out drive. Through the side is the call. Look for the Rams to plug the corner again. They're going to do. As Dawson Smith kicks this into touch. Of course, the Rams, for the third season now, coached by Matt Lee and Adam Campbell, with that coaching combination. Long time at Hutt Old Boys Marist. They can go now up a Hutt. Close to the line again. Thomas reaching in. He's got time off. As it goes back to Scott McLean, a man who always likes to be in the action. Held up. And a goal line dropout. So great reward there for the Villagers, Murray.
Great defence, and they needed to. And as you said about Adam and Matt, they're both very, very good coaches. So I didn't think they were going to keep on making mistakes up at Rams.
The goal line dropout to be taken by Willett. Kicks it down towards Smith. Passes it into Love. Adam Love, the cousin of Reuben Love. 13 metres inside Petone territory. Now Svensson. Todd Svensson. Muscles his way towards the 22. Slight. High pass to Smith. He kicks it through. Saw a gap. Probably not the one he wanted. But Petone will have the line out inside their 22. 22 and a half minutes gone. 12-0 the score here at North Park. With the Petone clubhouse behind us. And it was a hive of activity in there, Murray, last week. You can rest assured that the people that did the kitchen work last week and the cooking did a stern job. So I think you were a bit nervous about that, weren't you?
Never. Not with Karen and Steve in charge.
Secured by Schrader. And it's been passed back. Kick down into touch. Straight into the dugout. The upper Rams will have a line out. 12 metres inside Petone territory. Eastern side, directly in front of the Petone logo painted there. The back of the Petone Bowling Club. Long throw again. Overthrown. Saxon grabs it, goes straight into Dawson Smith. And here's Henry. Oh, driven back there with Schrader. Big hit that time there by Sino Sanelli. To the top by Willett. Slight has it. Gives it out to Love. Love wrapped up by the Rampage. Here's Langy. Pressure for again. Oh, Matt Thomas that time. Unfortunately, Salui, there was no arms in that. Tuivale has been called over by Thomas. I think that would just be just a warning. Next time it will be a card.
I think with the limited ball Petone have had over the last 5 or so minutes, they need to probably keep it in hand. That was working for them so well in the first 5 or 10 minutes.
Line out for Upper Hutt inside the 22. Healthy crowd again here at the North Park. Jeez, nearly said Petone wreck then. So the line out for Upper Hutt. In a handy position. Only down here about 5 minutes ago. Came away with nothing. Now they secured and put the drive on. Still going. Petone need the numbers there as the Rams crash over. And try time. The Rams are on the board. As we look at that replay, not much we can see with her pole in the way. Apologies for that, but the Rams muscled their way over the line.
Yeah, pretty conclusive and probably deserve it after the last few attacks they've had.
So 12-5 with the conversion to come. Quite get the number of who scored there, Murray, but we'll find out probably at half-time. So Dawson Smith to line up the conversion. 7 in from the Western touchline. just outside the 22. So Smith. Ball steps in. Unfortunately unsuccessful. The score remains 12-5 here at North Park. The home side ahead.
Some updates. Tawa 12, Parramatta Plymouton 12. Johnsonville 14 are beating North 0. Wainui losing to OBU 3-12. 28-0 now. Hutt Old Boys Marist versus Avalon. That's not surprising. And Poniki are beating Wellington 17-7 in the final game as Oriental Rongotai 15, MSP 7. I think Dominic Ropeti playing for this will be a big lift for them this week.
Exactly. Wasn't playing last week. Wasn't released by Moana Pacifica. It's been allowed to play this weekend. Here's Tukakino running this into the Villagers' defence. And Slight. Back to Smith, who kicks this downtown. Underneath is Waikari Jones. Made his debut for Petone last week. Been down at Otago Uni. Plenty of time and space here for Dawson Smith. As he kicks that into touch. Good healthy nudge that one too as well by Smith. There'll be a line out for Petone. About 14 metres inside their own half. It's starting to cloud over a bit now, Murray, isn't it?
No, it is, but it's still very, very nice and very warm.
So Saxon. Back to Tuivau. Oh, and Willett, unfortunately, a rare error by him. And for Upper Hutt, they'll have a scrum about 6 metres outside the 22. Northern end here at North Park. But I suppose Petone, if they can have another dominant scrum, they might get the ball back. Of course, Upper Hutt Rams, a merger of Upper Hutt Rugby and Rumataka in 2014. And their jerseys reflect the colours of both of those clubs that merged together. And of course, they're pretty happy at the moment. It was one of their Upper Hutt people, one of their players back in the day. He's an All Black coach now, Dave Rennie. In the country at the moment, watching some of the Super Rugby teams. Here's some interesting selections.
Dave, an ex-Heretatonga College boy. I think he's head boy in about, I'm going to say 1981, sorry. Also, this whole team is a mix of mostly probably Silverstream, but obviously Upper Hutt College and Heretatonga College, the three main colleges in Upper Hutt accepting Hibs.
Well, I can tell you, I've did some counting this morning. There are 16 Silverstream Old Boys in this game today. And it's an even balance between both teams. Willett, oh, he couldn't get that one. It's just ruled knock on. But if you hang on to that, he might have been away. There's 4 players in the Upper Hutt team that are from Upper Hutt. There's a heap of them, 16 from Silverstream in both teams. And actually, if you look at the Petone team, if you take out Jacob Waikari Jones, who's a Wellington College Old Boy, the rest of them are all Silverstream Old Boys.
Marcus is Hutt Valley High. Marcus is Hutt Valley High.
Yeah, talking about the back line, Murray. So I think Marcus would be a little bit concerned if he was in the back line. So fed in here by Slight. They get the ball out quickly. They know they're having a tough time at the scrum. Here's Ingram. Can he get over the top? Play for the penalty. And he got the turnover. Thomas was going to blow his whistle, but he let it play on. Filippo kicks it down. Josh Love back there in support. Played for a number of years in the Eastbourne under 85 kg team alongside his brother. Also his cousin Harmy as well. Oh, this is a great run here by Smith. Now they're breaking out. Slight to Yeti Ty Campbell. And the Rams finding some momentum. Big pass. City's knocked it on. Good tackle by Filippo. But it's been ruled a penalty. Well, Thomas saw otherwise.
The Petone player was in an offside position. I'm actually not quite sure. We're passing the ball in the first 20 minutes, Petone, and now we've kicked it 3 or 4 times when it's actually been on to run, and each time we've lost ground from it. I think they need to go back to that running game they employed in the first 15.
So Smith in the cakes, he's going to kick to touch. Successfully does so. That'll be a line out for them inside the 22. So 8 minutes to go, 12 points to 5. For the Rams, they'll be making sure they can try and get another drive going on here, score their second. Go to the back again, secured by Murphy Taramai, but it's been ruled not straight. And so the Villagers will have the scrum feed inside their own 22. We're looking to hopefully set up a good platform for them here. That's actually our Katoa that's come on in the front row for Petone, replacing Tuival. Been here at the club for the last 2 years. Good impact as well, product of Otago Boys High School. So Henry. Beats the scrum. Oh, this is brilliant by Petone. Again. Here's Higgins. Big pass. And that went forward. Wow. The error's creeping in Petone's game now. Just rushing that time there, Murray. They didn't really need to.
Well, they're all too wide. You know, wingers should really be getting that ball 15 in and having all that space to go, but he was perched on which meant put too much on the passes.
And so the Rams now will have the scrum feed directly on the opposite side of the field, still in the 22. Of course, Salui, he's going up against Sino Sarnelli, who been in the New Zealand under-20s and made his debut for the Wellington Lions last year. So Dylan Slight. They get the ball out quickly. Into the hands of Campbell. Campbell, he bends off. William Davis is still going. He's a big boy. Here's Fido. They're 5 away from the line now, the Rams. In possession of Jade Lange. Certainly got momentum on their side at the moment. Here's Slight now. Tries to go himself, but Katoa's got him, wrapped him up like a rag doll. They could go again. Petone having to put in the tackles. Here's Netman. Up high. Up towards the padding. There's the ball. And they lunge over. They're short of the chalk. And they go again. Thomas is off guard. A rush to get that ball, did Matt Thomas. And it's still there for the Rams. They go again this time. Oh, not yet. Super close, but we'll come back for a penalty. Offside is the call from Thomas. 4 minutes to go, 12 points to 5. This is directly in front of the posts, and Dawson Smith might be thinking about a shot at goal. No, they're putting a scrum down. So, both teams electing not to go for the shot at goal, Murray, in this game so far.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes out right to where Yeti Campbell is. He's a big boy and 5 metres from the line. He could be very hard to stop if they organise a decent move around him.
The forwards getting themselves sorted out. Many a wise word being said in those front rows. Matt Thomas, new boots on today. His father owns a sports store in Gisborne, so he's got no choice of what boots get sent down to him. Off the back goes Murphy Taramai. Now short of the line again. The Villagers hanging on. They pick and go, the Rams. There it is, they go again. Saxon doing enough to slow it down. And they lunge over. Still not there. Thomas says it's still in action. It's been lost. And Petone's defence holds out again. And you can see the elation on their emotions, Murray.
And the frustration on the Upper Hutt backs who perhaps if they'd got the ball from there might have had a better chance than the forwards hammering.
So it's still a scrum here for Petone. 5 out from their line. After an electrifying start, it's been mostly Upper Hutt for the last 20 minutes. As we have time off here.
Yeah, basically, the kicking game for Petone is not working. Since they've started kicking the opposition, Upper Hutt have taken the ball back and often made 40, 50 metres. I just think they have to keep it in hand.
It's Katoa that's been tended to by the Petone medic. Might be for a bit of blood. Yes, it is. So time's back on again. About 2 minutes to go here at North Park in the first half. Home side ahead 12-5. Before Murray's just going to give us a bit of an update.
Okay, 12 all between Parramatta, Plimerton and Tawa. 14-0, Jayville still lead Norths. OBU are 19-3 against Wainuiomata. Hutt Old Boys Marist blown out to 40-0. 17-7 Poniki against Wellington Prems and 15-14 Auries.
So, good by Upper Hutt here at scrum time. Petone get it out to Higgins. Higgins crashes into Tukakino. They have to release. Back to Willett. He bangs us down the field. Good healthy nudge. And pushes Upper Hutt back towards the Petone 10-metre mark on the eastern touch line. Just over a minute to go. A line out for them. Just haven't seen the Upper Hutt back line, really, Murray. It's all been forward driven. There are some electrifying backs there for the Rams. Imagine that's something that the coaches will talk about at half-time. And that's been lost at the line out again. And a scrum here for Petone, 15 in from the eastern touch line. I suppose the set pieces will be one for Upper Hutt to address at half-time as well. So, stunning conditions here today at North Park. Yet again, another healthy crowd. Might make for a busy clubhouse.
Always need a busy clubhouse.
Scott McLean will certainly be looking to the clubhouse after this. Here's Logan Henry. Tony blessed with two talented halfbacks. Ball comes out in time. Here's Filippo. Oh, Filippo fends one out of the way. There we go. Could this be another try for William Davis? He's going to the corner. He throws it back in. But unfortunately, Support players couldn't get the ball before it went in touch. And so a try goes begging there for Petone, but there's still time, said Matt Thomas.
That's more like it. Look at what happens when you move the ball, and it may well be, is it Petone's throw-in?
No, upper Hutt.
Upper Hutt. Last chance for Petone this half.
Well, Filippo just fended to Aquino out of the way. Nearly giving Davis that opportunity. Just ran out of pace. Go to the back again, have the Rams. Petone, bring them down. And Sarnelli bangs that over the dead ball line, and that'll be half-time here at North Park. The home side ahead 12 points to 5. Plenty for the home side and Upper Hutt to address at the break. We'll be back in 5 minutes for the second half. Make sure I turn the mic on. Welcome back to North Park. Half-time coming to an end. 12-5 to the home side. And Matt Thomas gets the second half underway. Short restart. Picked up by the Upper Hutt, so it worked out in favour for them. And here's Dylan Slight back up to Fido. No Josh Mallon this week for the Upper Hutt Rams. And Petone have been penalised here. It looks like big Sam Thompson's on in jersey 19. Look to see who he's replaced. It looks like it might be Schrader that has been replaced. So Sam Thompson on in the locking position. Oh, good nudge again by Upper Hutt. They're into the 22 now. They want to be early point scorers here. Upper Hutt, their line out has been shaky. That would have been point of discussion. That one there taken by Petone. That was Marcus Alexopoulos that managed to get the ball. But unfortunately, they couldn't get it out, and so the Upper Hutt Rams will have the scrum. Of course, the scrum was a bit of concern for Upper Hutt. It got better in the later parts of the first half, but we'll be looking to try and target Petone inside their 22 now, down the southern end of North Park. Well, excellent crowd here today. There's even a blow-up castle as well for the kids. 5 to 10 blow-up castle. Yep. Food stalls as well. Good day out here for the village. They'll be hoping the home side can get the win. Off the bat goes Murphy Taramai. Runs into Rampage, who manages to try and fend him off. Slight. Pick a go again here to the Rams. And unfortunately, they lost the ball on the ground. So Petone will have the scrum, 5 outside their own try line, southern end here at North Park.
Yeah, Braith Ingram had put him under a fair bit of pressure, and that caused the knock-on. So it's important Petone clear from here, preferably to at least halfway.
And so, the Villagers. That's the 2 changes in the forward pack. Of course, Hef Tuival going off midway through the first half with injury. Of course, Sam Thompson coming on to join Jono Bailey in the locking pair. I don't think there's been any changes for the Rams yet, but we'll keep an eye out as those happen. Swindale Shield action, round 2. You can see on your screen there on the right-hand side, the man with his arms folded, that's Eugene Smith. He'll be studying the scrum. Urgency. And they get the penalties. Well, he's happy about that. And here's Connor Tuival running out. Offloads it out to Thompson. And tidied up well there by Waikari Jones. Pass comes back out to Willett. Here's Higgins. Big pass out to Filippo. Filippo kicks it down. Notices that Scott Svensson and Josh Love weren't in the 22. Svensson allows it to bounce. He kicks it, but it's not his greatest kick. Hope there's no one there on the bowling green. Might have disrupted the white ball. But there'll be a line out here for the Villagers. 15 inside Upper Hutt territory. Been quite impressed with this hooker today for Petone Murray. It's only his second game, but he's a bit of an element of a Josh Salvo of his running style.
Oh, he has impressed, and with a bit of luck, as I say, we can win this line-out ball and continue to go on.
Secured by Thompson, who pretty much nearly belly flopped on the ground there. And it's been ruled a knock on. That's a very late call coming in from assistant referee Scott McLean. So it'll be a scrum here for Upper Hutt. There's some more substitutions happening, and it is Liam Slight coming on in jersey 22 for the Rams, the younger brother of Dylan Slight. And his afternoon has come to an end as Dylan, and he's replaced by Cade McCashin. Cade McCashin, replacement halfback. According to the records I looked at this morning, this is his 94th game for Upper Hutt, Cade McCashin. Electrician during the week.
Josh Love's also on.
So Josh Love also gone as well. See who that replacement is soon. I think that's actually Liam Slight who's gone there. Here's McCashin. Oh, it's knocked on there by Tukakino. And Petone get the penalty as well. Holding on is the call. That's Rafe Ingram hanging around there. Hungry for the ball was Brave Ingram. Gets the penalty. Connor Tuiveld says let's have a shot at goal. So Rory Willett to line this one up. Bit of a distance on this one here, Murray.
Yeah, it's virtually straight in front, but it's well within Rory's range, so he should have no troubles with this. We should also acknowledge Kemera Mahuri Tukakino, his mum Roseanne, a tireless helper for Upper Hutt Rams for many years in the junior area, and I think one year even won the supporter or helper or volunteer of the year for junior in Wellington.
Fantastic achievement. Community sport. Volunteers are what make the difference. Here's the kick by Willett. And that is straight down the middle of the post. So 15 points to 5. 10-point margin here for the Villagers over the Upper Hutt Rams. 7 minutes gone in the second half. And looks like Yeti Ty Campbell is down now. There's a lot of tape around that ankle. He is back on his feet. He did pick up an injury last year in the Hardham Cup playoff. Here's Henry. Does well under the high ball. Upper Hutt trying to get in there, but Petone got enough reinforcements. Outside the 22 now. Henry looks for the box kick. Goes high up in the air. Thompson tries to leap. Saxon's got it, but he's knocked it on. Well, some near AFL style play happening there for Petone. Upper Hutt will have the scrum just over halfway, 16 in from the eastern touchline. And it'll be interesting to see what Upper Hutt can do here with their back line. In particular, Liam Slight 2 years ago, he was the fullback first five for Silverstream. Also part of that Upper Hutt Colts team that had a great season last year, winning the John Kelly Cup. So, scrum time for the Rams. Big push by the Villagers, but it comes out in time. Here's Campbell. Offload out to Slight. Here's Todd Svensson. And Svensson dragged around the ankles by Higgins. Wasn't held, so is allowed to continue. Oh, they're getting over the top of the ball there, the Villagers, but the Rams get it out in time. Tuiveld wraps up the Rams player. Now they look to get through. Tukakino. Oh, great run here. But it's a loose pass. And that potentially might have been knocked on by Smith. No, play on is the call from referee Thomas. And Petone have got this back. They got over it, but they kicked it. Kicked it down. No one's home there. Racing is William Davis. Liam Slight is not looking particularly happy with that ankle of his. Let's kick to our commentary position. And lucky it avoided us, but it's interesting. Liam often has a lot of pace, but that knee does not look too flash for old Liam. He had to try and pick up the pace up against William Davis. It was as eager as a beaver trying to get that ball. Now, Murray, let's have some scores from the second half around the grounds.
Okay, it's a 12-all match between Tawa and Parramatta Plimerton. Johnsonville are leading Norths 19-0. OBU are leading Wainui 19-3. 47-0 to Hutt Old Boys Maris now. Wellington are in front against Poniki 19-17 and Oriental Rongotai 27 MSP 14.
Well, Petone successful at the line out. Now they take it out to the backs. Hold the ball would be the call. Here's Higgins. Filippo couldn't get it, but Ingram thought he got it, but it was ruled a knock on. But it was a good move. If it worked out, it would have been possibly a spectacular try. Andy McArthur here taking photographs for Club Rugby. Plenty of shots for him today. Of course, earlier today, Wellington College played Barker College from Sydney, and it was quite an entertaining game. Barker College winning about 40 points to 36 over Wellington College, so they beat Silverstream in the middle of the week too. Also the Presbyterian quad during the week here at Scott's. St Kitts taking that out against St Andrews. Solid scrum for the Rams. Back out, Campbell. Oh, friends off. Henry. Now, Dawson puts the high kick up. Down to Davis, who was rushed up there. And Petone pushed back inside their 22. We'll have a line out. Well, 50-22, was it? Yes, it is, I think. Substitutions now, more happening for the Rams. Like Fido this afternoon has finished. And the ever-experienced Josh Hunt is on the field for the Upper Rams. He debuted way back. If I get this right, for Upper Hutt, 2006. Oh, that was a big hit. And Henry fires it back down to Willett. Banks us down towards Liam Slight, jersey 22. He does well. Oh, bends away his old teammate, William Davis. There's Ingram in there, but he hasn't got the ball, and he's going to be penalised here. It's if Upper Hutt elect to throw it around. Here's Campbell again. He's starting to come alive in this game. But we'll come back for the penalty. And Matt Thomas will rule. Penalty and a double blast of the whistle. And so Tuiva has been spoken again here by Matt Thomas. Interviewed Connor Tuiva last week on the Huddy Hui to kick off the year. Likes playing a bit of 10s and 7s rugby as well. Now it looks like Kitiona Litofia has come on. He'll be replacing Marcus Alexopoulos. And we just wait for those substitutions to be completed. Hands in the ruck is the call. So Dawson Smith. Now the good nudge into the 22. Now 6 metres inside. Now the Villagers will be looking to try and keep them out. Down that southern end, there's some very experienced and loyal Petone people down there. Ross Plunkett down there as well, I can see. I think even Alan Houston's there as well too. Yep, Elf must have finished. Free kick here against the Rams. line-out time. It was Alan Hewson, well known for that 1981 Springbok Test kicking the winning goal. Get the Springboks in the Test series. Of course, the All Blacks going back to South Africa in August, which will be the ultimate test for them under the new regime. As well as up having the head coach, Petone's also got an assistant coach in there, well known here at the Village, that being Tana Umanga. Logan Henry being replaced by the whippersnapper that is Cam Ferreira. Stolen, that's big Sam Thompson again. Oh, no, sorry, we got that one wrong. Oh, loose ball. Tony just hang on to it, though. Upper Hutt very quick up there. There's Tuivau looking to straighten up. Gaining good metres that time, the captain. Loose ball coming out again. Ferreira bangs it high up in the air. Underneath it is Liam Slight. Slight met by Ferreira. And they look to hold him up. Now they have to release. McCashin. Oh, big run here. Ingram does well to slow down the advancement of Tupou. And the Rams playing under penalty advantage now. Good tackle by Tuivau. Loose ball. Kick forward ahead. But we'll come back for the penalty. Discipline just starting to be an issue here for Petone, Murray. This will be a bit concerning for the coaches.
Yeah, I just think if we keep possession more, the discipline won't be an issue because we're the ones controlling the game. Bit of frustration, I think.
So Smith will kick this to the western touchline, southern end of North Park. Another good kick again. So, I'll be looking for a better line out this time, the Rams. There's Latu Tupou. Feeds the line out. Successful for the Rams. They put the drive on. They're building nicely. The Villagers do well to slow them down. Here's the pack and go. They drive forward towards the line. Referee Thomas is in there looking. And the try's been awarded. So, Upper Hutt on the board. Couldn't really tell as they decide to score the try in front of a pole. But they narrow the margin back down to 5 with the conversion to come.
Yeah, I'm not sure who scored that. Okay, there's nothing in this game at the moment, and Petone are going to have to take a little bit of action. They need to be playing in the Upper Hutt half.
It'll be Liam Slight to take over the kicking duties. Four conversions last week. No Slight steps forward. And the kick has drifted away in front of the post. So it's still a 5-point margin here. 15 points to 10. Nearly midway through the second half. Here on Huddy Sports.
Just for those old Petone people, just put the in your calendar the 16th of May is Old Timers Day when we play Oriental Rocks.
Always a big day, Old Timers Day. We might be across the road for that one. Tony Rick, who knows? Well, that was Lossie Filippo being a bit cheeky there about the kicking technique of Jared Adams. Here's the restart. Upper Hutt get the ball in the 22 and they run it out. And McCashin. Back in, down to Dawson. Smith. Underneath it is Willett. Oh, confusion. But Waikato Jones does well. Matt Thomas gets himself confused too and nearly gets involved in the action. Here's Ferreira. Out to Latifia. Ferreira again. Out to Katoa. And that has been lost by Katoa. And now it's Upper Hutt. They are picking up the mistakes by Petone as Murray's scratching his head in frustration. So the errors this time are creeping up for the Villagers. They really do need to sort this out as we're into the last 20 minutes. Of course, a win for Petone today will be crucial because they have to go out to Neanville Park next week to play Old Boys University. That's another team they've had some spectacular matches over the years. Of course, remember last year's game, Tom Henderson getting a drop goal with only anticlimactic finish with Petone getting a penalty to win the game. Oh, nearly picked up there by Campbell. Got the better of Waikato Jones, but he knocked it on. So they have the scrum feed.
And 2 years earlier, I think, at Neanville Park, I think OBU were up something like 24-0. Petone came back to win that.
They sure did, particularly in that second half. It's interesting, going back to not last year's game, but the last 2024 and 23, it was always Petone ahead at halftime. Narrowly losing in the final minutes. So second half against Upper Hutt is a concern for the Villagers. Here's Ferreira. Solid. Out to Willett. Here's Lossie. Finds Higgins. Higgins loses the ball backwards. Svensson trying to tidy up. And it's Petone now that have been pushed back towards their own 22. Here's Letufia. Isolated. But will come back for a knock on. Players with stretching the legs as I am in too at the moment. Just got a bit of cramp, Murray.
Is that because you're second in the picking competition after last weekend's picks?
Well, I was surprised by that. Even Stephen White said, geez, what do you know? Don't know if I'll be in the top 5 after this weekend. The feeling I picked Porneki over Wellington. One of those ones I was 50-50 about. So Petone have the scrum. Got about 17 minutes remaining. But it's all Upper Hutt in this second half. Message from Campbell saying that Petone might do a high bomb kick up here. But not to be. There's a penalty advantage been playing. Here's Riley Higgins. Finds Filippo, but that went forward. But we'll come back for the penalty. And there's a bit of push and shove in the background there, but a cheeky play. And the players saw the funny side of it. Murray was a bit anxious. And here we go. Let's have some scores.
Parramatta Plimerton are 3 points ahead of Tawa, 15-12. Jayville are 19-12 ahead of Norths. Wainui are down 3-19 to OBU. 47-0, Hutt Old Boys Marist Avalon. And Wellington, 43, Poniki 24. Bondi's going to be very happy with that. And Auries are leading by 7 against MSP, 33-26.
It might be one to have to look back in the record books. Last time Wellington beat Porniki. Thompson. Oh, it's been ruled not straight. So it's a free kick. The Upper Hutt has the free kick. It's outside the 22, so they can't kick it out on the full. So McCashin, with all his experience, teasing Petone. Well, they put up the high Gary Owen. Jared Adams gets the ball. Not the greatest take, but they'll take it. And Upper Hutt are in there like dogs around a carcass trying to get that ball. Now Petone potentially isolated here. Murphy Taramai nearly getting it. Ferreira marshalling the forwards. Here's Salui. Been kept quiet in the second half is Jordan Salui. Here's Ferreira. Box kicks it again, up and under. Underneath it is Dawson Smith. Good tackle that time by Petone. It's been ruled going backwards. Slight. Oh, that's been charged. Gone over the touchline. And Murray thought he saw something different there.
I thought it was a hand. That to me, that was a ruck, and he put his hand in to win the ball, didn't he?
So, Upper Hutt line out. The tension's getting a bit high in the middle there. So both captains been spoken to here, both number 8s.
It's got far too much to say. Tell him we can hear him from here and be sick of his voice.
So here we are. Under the back. Saxon nearly gets it. But it's been tidied up by Upper Hutt. Out to Hunt. Brought down by Salui. Here's McCashin. It's a tight tussle out here at North Park. Here's Willett. Does well. Tries to get around McCashin. And he's been driven back by Upper Hutt. It's Petone now. That is feeling the pressure, and they get a penalty. Jared Adams was claiming for more than just a penalty. Petone will be relieved that they've got this penalty and they need to make it count. Just under 13 minutes to go. They'll have the line out on the 10-metre mark as some more substitutions are happening here. Yep, Tom Carter on the field. He's replacing Cardi Jones. So I think that might be Liam Davis moving to fullback. Position he's played him before at St. Pat's Silverstream. Thompson. Successful line out. Willett. Ingram, a rare mistake by him. Oh, and the discipline. It was Letufia arguing back at the Matt Thomas. One or two of our apologising to Thomas. Well, this is a concern for the coaching staff of Petone. The discipline. So, Liam Slight will kick this into touch for the Rams. Not out. Jared Adams has kept it in. Here goes Riley Higgins. He kicks it down and the race is on. Dawson Smith back at the 22, but he's got the big frame of Higgins to get past. McCashin, back to Slight, bangs it down to Willett. Willett knocks it back, It hasn't gone into touch. Here's Davis. Petone just getting the sense of the jitters at the moment. That was potentially around the head, but play on is the call. Here's Tuival. Willett wasn't happy with what happened there. Oh, that's a whack on the head, but play on is the call. There's Thompson. Not sure how that one was missed. Ferreira. Back out to Katoa. Ooh, nearly isolated. So, comes out again to Thompson. Supported by Tuival. Ferreira. Change of direction. Back out to Bailey. He's a workhorse, is John O'Bailey. Here's Ferreira again. Willett. Big pass out to Filippo. He's got to make something count here now. Filippo feeds off two Rams players. Just outside the 22. Here's Ferreira. Back out to Carter. He's lost the ball. And Upper Hutt trying to run it out. Here's Slight. Ferreira's not looking too flash. Isolated as Slight, but he's off his knees. And McCashin tries to kick to touch, but there is coming back for the knock on. There's two players down here. Penny To'o for Upper Hutt and Ferreira. Ferreira, I think he just took a bit of a knock. But Penny To'o, he's getting back up to, he's a little bit ginger. And he's going to join the scrum. Well, we're just having time off here as Patissoki's coming on. This is his first game since McBain last year. Fortunately, only lasted a minute in McBain. Katoa is coming off, and there's another Upper Hutt player down as well too. I think that might be To'o again. No, it's not. So we've got about 9 minutes to go. And while we've got a bit of time off here, what are some of the scores, Murray?
Taro leading Parramatta Plimpton 17-15. Jayville are leading Norths 19-12, so North still in that game. OBU 19, and Wainui have just scored a converted try, now 10. 52-0, Hutt Old Boys Marist Avalon. 43-24, Wellington are leading Poniki. MSP are down by 7 to Oriental Rongotai, 26-33, in sort of the battle of the bays or something.
Certainly is. Well, except for that Hutt Old Boys Marist game, all the scores are pretty close. And Wellington and Poniki, that's a big score out there. It'll be a big party at Hautoro Park if they can hang on to win. Keith Quinn will be over the moon. The Rugby Jamboree 4 weeks ago, Keith said that he's got high hopes for the X-Men this year. Well, time's back on. Schrader's back on too. So John O'Bailey's gone on. He's got a big ice pack on his right shoulder. Done a lot of carries today. Well, it's a quiet field here at the moment. The locals are very nervous. Here's McCashin. Ball's out in time. As Dawson Smith kicks this down towards Davis. He's not out. Well, we know what a ball looks like when it's on the line. Here's Jared Adams. Now this is a bit of a momentum for Petone. They've got to make it count now. Hello, Patissoki. Fens out of the way. JJ Gillies. Here's Ingram. Bit of a mixed bag from Ingram today, but he powers up. And Scott Mariner, a former referee, said that was a high tackle. Here's Ferreira now. Willett finds Higgins. Higgins dancing. Does well. Slow coming here for Petone. We've got 7 minutes to go here at North Park. Here's Tuivao, supported by Saxon. Here's Filippo. Nearly got into possession of Campbell, but Adams does well. Saxon, the hard-working hooker, still going. Here's Willett now. Alapati bends off another ram. Plays for a forward pass, but to no avail. Higgins just not finding the gap at the moment. Here's Salui, supported by Carter. Here's Ferreira. Still going as Ferreira, supported by Thompson. And Willett. And that's a penalty. And I think, Murray, a shot at goal would be good.
3 points here would put us 8 out in front.
And here's Rory Willett. The kicking tee has come onto the field. So, you've listened to Murray. And so, Scott McLean and Jack Cotterill run behind the posts. Well, haven't been on the Rams for 3 years. And it's always been in the last few minutes where they've lost it.
And it doesn't look like they bought the trophy. There's nothing on the desk on halfway.
Well, at least the desk made its way over from the grandstand. the Ted Colony Cup is not present on the sideline. And this is a very important kick as Willett strikes it. It's definitely got the distance. It is successful. So, an 8-point ball game. Rory Willett with his second penalty, 18-10. And we've got 5 minutes to go here at North Park, folks. And so Upper Hutt. Can they cause late drama here? Oh, it's gone back off Hunt. But it's been ruled a knock-on first by Petone, which, okay. So Upper Hutt will have the scrum. Well, we've seen Alapati Soki come on and make a bit of an impact. Sort of given them a bit of a rev up too, by the sounds of it, Murray. It's an 8-point margin for Petone, but Murray, folks, is very nervous. He doesn't often go quiet in the commentary box. There is the famous one at McBain where Murray walked out of the commentary box on Adam Julian. So the reset scrum. Important scrum here for Upper Hutt. Crucial moment of the game. Oh. So McCashin feeds it. Scrum for the Rams has got better as the game on. It's a loose pass. Sliders back there. Kicks it down. Here's the Rampage. He bangs it down. One bounce and into touch. Good kick from Jared Adams there, Murray.
The Upper Hutt forwards would have been distraught there. They won a good scrum and the pass just went astray. And next minute, Petone down inside their half.
And they have to walk all the way back. They'll have the line out. Another substitution for Upper Hutt. Lottie's asking the assistant referee how much time left. Well, they get the line out, Upper Hutt, back into the 22. And they run it forward here. Mitchell Taupo. Ingram's in there. He's lost his footing. Oh, big hit there from Filippo. It's a crushing tackle. Higgins on Campbell. And it's been knocked on by Svensson. Well, even the GNS monitors on the Richter scale picked up that lossy Filippo tackle. And the Tukakino, he's back up off, but he felt that one, that's for sure.
I think it was Dawson Smith.
Dawson Smith, he took the hit.
It's bent like a staple, but like the ACT Brumby props last night.
Question would be, when will we see Stanley play for the Highlanders? Must be soon. Good to see Stanley play for Petone last week. Played because it was his 21st last weekend, Murray. So that would have been a party or two. Ferreira feeds it. Good scrum here by the Villagers. Thomas is keeping his hand down at the moment. No, that's out. Here's Filippo. Campbell brings him down. We'll come back for the penalty. And it's from the scrum. And we've got about, on our clock here, we've got about 40 seconds. Will they go for a shot at goal here? Probably not. No, well, it's going to kick for the line.
Can't lose. Can they get a bonus point? I don't think. Close.
Yes, the 2 tries. So Bullet kicks it in to the 22. About 10 inside. And Saxon. As they don't just take their time getting their line out sorted here. What drama can we see here? Our clock is expired. Schrader gets the ball. They put the drive on. And Upper Hutt didn't commit. And so it's being turned over. And they will have the scrum. Here's some score updates.
Tower ahead of Parramatta Plymouth in 19-15. It's 19 all, Jayville versus Norths. OBU at 19-10 still. 52-0. Huddle Boys Marist against Avalon. 43-31 Wellington versus Poniki. And believe it or not, MSP 33, Ori's 33.
Well, some entertaining games there, that's for sure. Elston Park, Atarai Park, and even Evans Bay Park. Drama's here too as well. It's 18-10 to Petone. As we've got time off again. Matt Thomas is changing sides. He's having a bit of a stern word here too. Both front rows. So time back on. And Upper Hutt running out of the 22. Here's Svensson. Out to his brother Scott. Here's Slight now. And Liam Slight doing well. They've run over 60 metres down the field. Schrader being a menace in the breakdown here. Could this be late drama again? Here's Willett. Underneath from Campbell. Here's Latutupo. Upper Hutt get a try here. We're into the 82nd minute on our scoreboard clock. There's an arm out. Here's Josh Hunt. The Benjamin Button of Wellington Rugby is Josh Hunt. That's for sure. We'll come back for the penalty. It's a double blast. The whistle is going to be a Petone player in the bin here. And it's Cam Ferreira that's been sent to the sin bin. He won't return.
Hopefully it's full time after this kick or penalty, whatever it is.
Well, they're indicating a shot at goal here.
It must mean there's more than a minute to go.
You're probably right there, Murray. So it's going to be Dawson Smith to take this penalty. Well, Wayne Smith there in the back. He's got a good set-up with his ute. In goal grandstand. There's Jordan Glenn. Redbrook not playing today. Penalty successful. And that is actually full time. So they were going for the bonus point there, Murray. But it is full time here at North Park. And Petone have broken their free drought against Upper Hutt, but not in the finest fashion. It's 18-13. But a lot of things for the Villagers to work on, particularly their discipline in the second half, Murray.
Yeah, two things, discipline and just keep the ball alive. They're the two key areas. I thought their set piece was pretty good, particularly their scrum again. Defence was fantastic. So, no, wonderful.
Well, Petone, they will stay at the top of the table here for round 2 of the Swindale Shield. And they travel over to Nenville Park next week to take on Old Boys University. Many thanks to Murray Blandford joining the commentary today, and Louis Marsden, who's last 2 weeks been doing the camera work, and he'll be going back to Canterbury for study next few weeks. It's been a great day here at North Park. I'm Brad Hudson. Ciao for now.